I realized I had cut off almost 3 inches of my hair in one section. And it was a good chunk. Oh my gosh, I was so frustrated. Hey guys, it has been a minute, hasn't it? I know, it's been a long time since I posted my last video, and I don't remember, but I feel like I said in my last video that I would be coming on here more frequently, and I lied. I'm sorry. But thank you all to everyone who subscribed to me before. I'm continuing to get subscribers, and I'm not even posting content. I greatly appreciate it. I made a goal for 2019 that I would make sure that I go back to YouTube strong, start off the year strong. And I mean, I didn't make January, but it's February 2nd. I've been doing a lot of planning as to what kind of content I want to bring to YouTube. So please hold me to that. If you see that I haven't posted a video, hey, Faith, where you at? Like, call me out. I need to be held accountable, because I'm all about, at least in 2019, setting goals and sticking to those goals, executing them, and that's exactly what I want to do. So with all that said, the purpose of this video today is to talk about how I survived heat damage without doing the big chop. So the reason why I say that is I know when I was going through heat damage, I was really trying to decide what options was out there for me. A lot of people, when I used to YouTube heat damage, you know, how to, you know, overcome it, a lot of the things were big chop, big chop, big chop. And I don't know, I big chopped once, and I could say I did some mini big chops here and there, mini chops, but I did one major big chop, and I mean, that was pretty drastic for me. And it taught me a lot about myself, but it also was something I didn't want to have to do again. I am that person that when they get a trim, they cry. That's me. I know it's just hair, it shouldn't be attached to it. It's just that, you know, when you think you work so hard for something and then all of a sudden it's gone. So yeah, I just want to tell my experience on how I survived heat damage without big chopping. So first, let me give you the backstory. Pretty much what happened was, maybe 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago, I would get my hair straightened. And honestly, I've been natural since 2009. Yeah, 2009. I got my hair cut, and I didn't really care for the haircut. And from that moment, I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and transition into natural hair. Why not? It's already cut. So I cut my hair to like maybe right here, and it was tapered in the back. And from that point on, you know, no longer got relaxers. I transitioned for about 11 months, and then I did the big chop, which is the videos are here on YouTube. They're crazy embarrassing, but they're there if you want to go back and look at them. So I big chopped in front of all my friends, and yeah, I was satisfied. I was happy. I kept it moving. You know, I learned a lot about my hair. And then when my hair got to a certain length, I said, you know what? I want to get it straightened just to see where my length is. And I got it straightened. I saw my length. I saw how thick and how healthy my hair looked. And I was so happy. I kind of got addicted to getting heat. So I would go and get my hair blown out every time there was an event. If there was a wedding, a party I had to go to, a presentation at work, pictures I had to take, whatever it may have been, I was getting my hair straightened for. And anybody that knows me, I live a very busy life, and I have something to do like almost every weekend, something major to do at least every other weekend. So I would say I was getting my hair straightened every 3 weeks or so. And in between those straightenings, if my hair starts to revert, instead of me just saying, okay, let me go back to a wash and go or a twist out, I would pull that flat iron out and I'll flat iron my hair. And of course, you know, not knowing exactly how to properly flat iron my hair, I probably was adding to the heat damage. When I was getting my hair straightened, I was going to the Dominicans, and this is no shade to them, because I feel like, well, let me take this back. The first Dominican hair salon I went to, I felt like they were overcharging me, because I would go out my hair, wash and detangle, and they were still charging me like $55. And I don't feel like they were putting a lot of product on my hair to help it from heat damage. But I got to another Dominican salon, which I love them. I don't feel like they were the primary reason for my heat damage. I mean, I do feel like the heat, because the amount of heat you get when you do heat, when you get a Dominican blowout is extreme. I did a video about that as well. But I feel like I was going too consistent, because I honestly can say after the first 2 times I went, I didn't see any heat damage. But as I continued to go, of course, my curls continued to loosen, and I was like, oh, cool. You know, I went from 4C hair to now maybe 4A hair. I don't know. Can't remember, but it was loose curls. Not that I was wearing my hair curly or anything. So, and they're not going to say, oh, babe, don't look at your hair straight anymore. You're damaging it. They're not going to say it. They want the money. So I went, I was going so consistently, and finally one day, I think I was like, oh, I'm just going to wear my hair in a puff or something. And my hair was so limp and so thin, and I was just so shocked at how my hair had went from being so thick and healthy to looking so thin and stringy. Even when I was like washing my hair in between blowouts or whatever, it took me like maybe 20 minutes to wash my hair. When before, I mean, I could be doing wash days. I mean, well, it pretty much would be a wash day, but I could be doing washing my hair, detangling it. It could take me upwards of 3 hours. So of course I was like, something's not right. Obviously my hair is very thin and I need to do something about it. Okay, so I got my hair straightened for the last time on April the 26th. And before I went to Puerto Rico, and I decided that I was no longer gonna put heat on my hair. But I wanted to figure out how to do it without big chopping. So I researched, YouTube, blogs, all this. And most people said they big chop, but there was one particular person, cannot remember the name, but if I find a video, I will link it. But it was a YouTuber who said she used the Afro G treatments. And I said, okay, let me try it out. What's the worst that can happen? So I gave it about a month of no heat. I started off with crochets. I did like the fluffy crochet zoom and twist. Can't remember what they were called, but that's how I wore my hair for my trip to Puerto Rico. And then after that, once I took it out, I did the Afro G treatment. It's a 2-step treatment, and I'll do a video about that later on. But I did the 2-step treatment, and then I put my hair back in braids. The same fluffy twist. And I'm the kind of person, once I find something that works for me, I'm comfortable with it, I know how to maintain it, it looks good, I stick to it. Especially when I'm trying to not put heat on my hair. For me, it wasn't the time for me to just be experimenting different things, because most females, if you don't like something, especially if you don't pay for it, you do it yourself. If you don't like it, you'll take it out in a heartbeat and you'll revert back to what you know. And what I knew was getting my hair blown out. So I did the treatment, went about a month, got my hair braided again, did the treatment again. After that, after that second treatment, the second braiding style, I saw a difference already. I saw that my curls were coming back. Because when I tell you, I'm going to insert pictures, when I tell you that my hair was very, very damaged and limp and thin and stringy, like when I look back at the pictures, I'm like, Faith, what were you thinking? Like, how can you come and think that you have good hair, nice hair, and it looks like this? But anyways, so once I saw that it was changing my hair texture, and in my head, I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna work. Within like 6 months, I'm gonna be good to go. Yeah, right. But anyways, I kept doing it, I kept at it. So I spent the first 6 months pretty much doing braid styles. I did, like I said, the crochet, and then I went into cornrows, like the feed-in braids, because feed-in braids were real popular 2 years ago. Like that was the new thing that everyone was doing. Still popular now, but people have kind of moved on to something else. So I did the feed-in braids, I did different styles, and I would keep the feed-in braids in my hair for about 5 to 6 weeks. I would push it to the limit, like push it. So after that, I said, you know what, I'm tired of doing braids. Let me take my hair out and see what it looks like. And mind you, in between these times, I should have said that earlier, in between each style, I would get my hair trimmed. So for every inch of new growth or whatever, I would take off an inch. So kind of like when you're transitioning. When you get new growth, you trim the little ends so you don't see a drastic change. And then I would hide it back again. So I started a new job, and then I said, you know what, let me try something. We're about to go to the Dominican. I had a coworker who had this beautiful crochet in her hair, and I'm like, ooh, what is that? I want to try it. And she told me it was the Jamaican bounce. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. So I bought it. I figured out the braid pattern and I installed it myself because I'm the kind of person, I'm gonna try it. I think I can try it. I mean, if I think I can do it, I'm gonna try it myself before I go pay somebody. If I know I can't do it, I'm gonna pay somebody. But so I did it myself, and when I first installed it, I didn't really care for it, but I got so many compliments. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna just rock it out and let's see what happened. It became my signature style. Like, people, when they think of me, they think of that hair. That's just what I wear. So I wore that from July 2017. So July 2017 up until January 2019. And that was the style I consistently wore. I did the same braid pattern underneath, the same crochet consistently for over a year, almost 2 years, because it worked for me. So I'm a firm believer of, if it works for you, stick to it. It doesn't need to be fixed if it's broken. But anyway, you know what I mean. So I did that, and I, in between styles, continued to deep condition my hair, trim my hair. I did my treatments every time. And when I say no heat, I mean, I did blow dry my hair, but I'll blow dry my hair on a cool setting, and I would do the tension method, which I'll do a video about that too. But just to give you a quick description, it's just where you pull your hair. So like, you would pull your hair and you would run the blow dryer down your hair to stretch it out without having to actually use a comb attachment or something. So I would do that. And I had some challenges. Like, I'm not gonna say that it was easy, because it wasn't easy. There was times where I was just like, oh, I really want to get my hair straightened. And then there was times where I didn't feel like taking the crochet out, and I was lazy and I made mistakes. So one particular time is I was taking my crochet out. I had people over and I just wasn't focused. And we were all kind of doing different things. They were helping me. And at one point I was like starting to take my braids out, my cornrows out underneath my crochet. And the way the curl pattern is of the Jamaican bounce, it looks so much like natural hair texture. It resembled my braids once my braid out. Once the braids came out, like, the textures resembled each other. So I pulled it thinking I was cutting the crochet, because I would cut the crochet hair, because there's no reason to like start taking it off from the root when you can cut it and it just looked like a smaller job. At least it did to me. So I pulled my hair, not knowing, and the crochet hair, and I cut it, and I felt the strands coming out my scalp. When I tell you, I immediately froze, and I was like, oh my gosh. I told my friends, I think I just cut my hair. And they were like, no you didn't, no you didn't. I was like, no, I felt it. So here I am digging through the crochet hair, like to like look at the particles, I don't know, the strands, to see if I saw my hair in it. Whew, went to the bathroom. Once I took everything out, and I'm gonna insert a picture, I realized I had cut off almost 3 inches of my hair in one section. And it was a good chunk. Oh my gosh, I was so frustrated with myself, because it was almost 2 years. Like, I was about to hit 2 years in like 2 months, and I was so mad. And honestly, now that I think about it, I think I had surpassed 2 years, because I remember telling myself I should have just got my hair straightened, because my whole goal was only to go without heat for 1 year. Then the first year went by fast, and I was like, okay, let me do it for a second year. And at the second year, I said, I'm definitely gonna straighten my hair. So here I am, I cut my hair, and I'm like, Faith, why did you do that? You should have got your hair straightened. At least you would have known what your length was. I was just so mad. I got in the shower, and I literally just let the water run in my face for like 30 minutes, because I was trying to hide the tears behind the shower, the water from the shower. I was so frustrated. Mind you, I told you I'm that person that cries when they get a trim. Like, I don't cry now, but I still be like, oh, I don't want to look. So anyways, that was one of the challenges. Then let's say June last year, which would have been, 2 years. It would have actually been 2 years and 2 months. So mind you, I had cut my hair at like April on accident. I went to go get my hair blown out. I was like, let me get my hair blown out. Now it's June. I do so much research to find a natural hairstylist, and people gave me recommendations, and it was just one girl on Instagram that a lot of people I went to college with went to go to her Instagram. She had rave reviews. The pictures on Instagram looked great, this and forth. So I was waiting to get an appointment. I could not get an appointment. Finally, I just happened to look, and she said she had an opening for that coming Friday. So I booked it. And this is through Style Seat, which I hate Style Seat. I hate Style Seat, but whatever. That's another conversation. So I booked it, put my deposit down. I went after work for my appointment. And it was scheduled for like an hour, but I know it never takes an hour. I get there, you know, it's just not the experience that I think it's gonna be. Like, my hair was not treated with tender love and care. She was very rough. She used her own products. I barely remember the wash and the conditioning. I don't feel like there was a deep condition. She detangled my hair from the root, not from the end. I was just frustrated, but I was like, you know what? The pictures look great. It's gonna come out great. Sit down in her chair or whatever, and she's, you know, pretty much talking to me about her services and my hair. Do I need a trim? And I said, well, I only booked for a blowout, and the blowout by itself was already like $65. I only booked for a blowout, but if you feel like I need a trim, I'll get a trim. I just got a trim 3 months ago. I should have known though, because on her descriptions it says reshaping, it doesn't say trim. But she was like, okay, I'll look and I'll let you know. So as she's like combing out my hair, just yanking it and stuff, she goes on and on about how whoever trimmed my hair didn't do a good job, blah, blah, blah. I really need my ends trimmed, so on and so forth. I said, okay, cool, whatever. Trim my hair. I want my hair to be, you know, look healthy. So she proceeds to comb my hair out front or whatever, and she proceeds to cut. Oh, mind you, when she's blowing out my hair, I want to look. So I look back to look at the mirror, and she's like, no, baby, I don't let people look at my look at their hair while I'm doing it. And I'm like, I haven't got my hair straightened in over 2 years. And I explained this to her. Haven't got my hair straightened over 2 years. I explained my little area on the top that is thin. I explained to her how my hair grows in a V and I have natural layers. And I explained to her how I accidentally cut my hair 2 months ago when I was taking out crochet, just so she could know all the stuff about my hair. Like, there's no need for you to go try to find that short piece and even it up. Like, no. So anyway, she went on and on about how my hair needs to be trimmed. I need to go to a licensed cosmetologist, and I was like, I did. But I let her do her thing. So like I said, she combed my hair to the front and she took the scissors and went across. That was my first issue. Like, I'm used to, you know, getting trims where they pull your hair up through the comb and, you know, they get layers and they do all that stuff. I'm used to that. Not no straight cut, no blunt cut or whatever. But I was like, all right, babe, just calm down, let it be. It'll look fine. You always are over dramatic when it comes to trims. Cool. So finally, she did her thing. I see the pieces of hair falling on the floor. When I see them, and I mean, in my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, that looks like 2 inches. That looks like 3 inches. But I'm like, Faith, you're just tripping. You're tripping. It's not that big of a deal. Then she goes into, you know, raising my hair, because I'm thinking she's done with the trim. She goes and she does this. She does it all through the hair. I'm just like, I don't think she remembered me saying I have an area back here that I accidentally cut, or that my hair grows in the V. I don't think she remembers that either. When it was all said and done, she was like, oh, I didn't trim off that much, because I think she could see on my face I was frustrated. And she's like, I didn't trim that much. I only took off about 3 inches. Ooh, 3 inches is not a trim. 3 inches is a cut. So that was my second obstacle I ran into, major obstacle. So first one would have been me cutting my hair when I was taking out the crochet in one section. The second one would have been her cutting my hair, reshaping my hair or whatever, so to speak, when I went to get my hair blown out. So of course I felt like those were 2 setbacks, because I'm like, my hair could have been a lot longer. So I said, you know what? Oh, mind you, she blowed out my hair, literally like blow dried it, less than 10 minutes, curled it, less than 10 minutes. Never, even the Dominicans don't do it that quick. And my hair looked terrible. It didn't look straight. I would have never known that my hair was the length it was based off of my time and my experience with her. The hair did not last more than 2 hours. In fact, she wrapped it up for me. She said she had run out of pins. And when I came home, I combed it down. I combed it down. And it was like right here, probably. And it was poofy. It wasn't straight. But I was like, you know, let me wrap it back up, lay down. Maybe then in the morning it'll look good. In the morning it was a frizzy, like, I don't know what the word for it was, Brillo pad mess. It looked terrible. And I was so mad. I had just paid this lady $80 for a blowout and a trim reshaping. So I immediately was like, okay, nope, can't do it. It's not gonna work. You know, let me go ahead and go back to my protective styling. So I went into faux locks. I did that while my hair was straightened. I just put some product on it and got my sister to twist my hair, and then I installed the faux locks, the crochets. After that, I did the faux locks, went to Beauties, came back, and I went right back into my old crochets with the Jamaican bounce. Cool. I did that up until December. And then finally, I had a friend, mind you, I had a friend that ended up going to the same girl I went to. I didn't know she was going to the girl, but when I found out she was going to the girl, I said, don't do it. She does not do a good job. She's a fraud. Her pictures are not true. Like, I was just shaming the girl. But my friend was like, I'm gonna give her a try. She went to her. Hair did not last at all either. At all. The girl was like, oh, your hair's not heat trained. That doesn't matter at all. So after all that was said and done, my friend went to another hair salon, hairstylist that someone had recommended her, and she specialized in natural hair. I saw my friend's hair. It looked beautiful. It lasted. It looked healthy. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it out. So I went to her, and she did a beautiful job. This is now week 3 of this hair, and it's still straightened. And yeah, this is my hair. And I just want you to see the length. I'm gonna turn around so you can see it. Hopefully you can see it. I don't know. Yeah, that's my hair. So this is a product of literally, I would say I'm 3 months shy of 3 years of no heat. So I forget the exact number of days. I think it was like 1,035 days. I don't remember. But yeah, this is my hair. Shout out to Mocha in Charlotte, North Carolina. She did my hair. And I'm just surprised that it's lasted this long. It's been raining. I've just been rolling it to maintain it. I'll do a video about that later. But that's pretty much in a nutshell how I survived heat damage without doing the big chop. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them below. I will respond back. I want to be engaged and you know, have conversation and dialogue about this, because I know it's a lot of people that struggle with heat damage and a lot of people that struggle with finding a good protective style and enjoying their time during this transition period, so to speak. And like I said, there's a lot of things coming for 2019. So I hope you guys comment, like, subscribe, and give me a thumbs up if you are someone that is all about protective styling. All right, guys, I will talk to y'all later in the next video.